Queen Gerhyld, the Queen of Western Skyrim, has been assassinated. We are hot on the trail of the assassin, a vampire with an eye patch. He led us into Blackreach, and we've discovered a city, Dusktown. Nimona now heads down to question the citizens of this mysterious city. Someone must have seen a man with an eye patch. It seems so quiet. Where is everybody? As we walk further into town, there's a Dusktown guard. Maybe he's got some idea of what's going on here. No. It looks like Nimona cannot talk to him. Well, maybe it's just a slow business day? Heading up the nearby stairs, we find where all the citizens seem to be hanging out. Looking around, there's a woman over by that barn who's shoveling dirt. Nimona approaches her to question to see if she had seen anything suspicious. Excuse me?
Go bother someone else, Horker. If I don't finish this by the end of my shift, the Overseer will have my hide.
I'm looking for someone who wears a patch over his left eye.
What do I look like? The town crier? If the Overseer wanted us to be observant, he wouldn't have blindfolded us when he brought us here.
You were blindfolded?
You weren't? Up to this point, the Overseer and his wife have been extra careful about keeping the exact location of this mine and the mining town a secret. What makes you special, I wonder?
I'm just looking for a man with an eye patch.
Well, I haven't seen anyone like that. Now pick up a shovel and help me or hork off. I can't afford to lose this job.
Alright. Nimona has visited Dusktown before, as she explored Blackreach in a previous day. It's odd because this town is a mining town. These workers are not all conscripted by what appears to be the Icereach Coven. Heading west, we find another citizen standing outside of the Bottomless Pit Tavern. He seems to be a worker as well. Nimona walks up to question him. Excuse me.
You must be new to Dusktown. You've still got that look. Well, get settled in. You won't be allowed topside again until you complete your contract. So you might as well get comfortable.
You're a prisoner down here?
A prisoner? No. Why would you think that? But we did sign a contract. Promised to stay until the work was done and never breathe a word. Otherwise, being a bonded miner with the Bitterblade Mining Consortium is a lucrative opportunity.
Well, have you seen a man with an eye patch come through town?
Can't say that I have. And I haven't seen any ghosts or monsters either, come to think of it. Even though the rest of the town can't stop talking about them. Anyway, welcome aboard and good mining.
Ghosts and monsters?
Oh, don't let the rumors scare you. Miners are a superstitious lot, and being this far underground can play havoc with your senses. If you need to know anything else about Dusktown or working for the Bitterblade Mining Consortium, just ask.
Alright, so you haven't seen or heard about anything suspicious going on down here?
You mean those fools setting up their ghost traps? They're harmless, and if they make the superstitious miners feel better, I'm alright with that. El and Overseer Erlvar have been nothing but fair and honest with all of us.
El and Overseer Alva?
El Bitterblade. She owns the consortium. Erlvar's her husband and our overseer. They built Dusktown to support their claim. They're savvy business folk. Secretive, but that goes with the territory when you break a new mine.
How did you get involved with this mining operation?
Same as most of us, I reckon. I saw a posting in a tavern, talked to an agent, signed some papers, and here I am. Well, after they blindfolded me and walked me all over snow and creation.
Yeah.
The work is hard, but the wages are excellent.
So, have you seen any locations where bandits could hide down here?
What a curious question. This whole place was tailor-made for undesirables. Tunnels, sunken barrows, dwarven ruins, lots of secluded spots. But don't worry, we're the only ones down here. El's precautions make sure of that.
Galoth mentioned something about the overseer, the wife and husband of this town. He's talking about a side quest for this area called Digging Up Trouble, where you assist the town solve the mystery of the missing miners in Dusktown and get rid of ghosts and monsters. All right, thanks. Oh, hey, Laris, you are terrific at sneaking up on me.
What a waste of time. These people have no clue as to what's going on down here. I wonder if being stupid was part of their service contract. Did you turn up anything?
Well, no one I spoke to has seen a man with an eye patch.
Just because no one saw him doesn't mean he wasn't here. Let's talk to Fen before we start turning this place inside out. Maybe he's had better luck.
All right, Finn said he'd meet us outside the far side of town.
Right, skulking in the shadows. Lead the way. I'm right behind you.
Okay. Heading east, we happened to glance up and to the west and notice a strange structure. I wonder what that could be. It looks almost like a fort or some kind of dwarven ruin, maybe? There's a lot of interesting ruins to be found down here in Blackreach. Continuing up the hill to the east, we find Finn hiding behind one of the buildings.
Over here!
Hey, Finn. How's it going?
You're just in time. I spotted the vampire with the eye patch.
Oh,
He met with the Coven Witch, who immediately ordered her lackeys to place witch pikes around the area.
what? Oh, okay. How can they summon a storm underground anyway?
With arcane phenomena, anything's possible. If we hurry, we can stop this Harrowstone before it causes any damage. You and Lyris should split up. We need to destroy all of the witch pikes.
What will you be doing while we deal with the witch pikes?
I'll track the Queen's assassin and the Coven Witch. You focus on stopping the Harrowstorm.
Okay.
I'll find you after that, and we'll confront the vampire and the witch together.
All right, we'll take care of the witch pikes.
Move. You take the east side, I'll take the west. Then meet in the middle.
Okay, sounds good. Heading east, we find the witch pikes fairly easily. The first is guarded by vampire dark blades and skull guards. Heading to the last pike we need to take care of. This one is guarded by a vampire shadowcaster and a vampire prowler. Destroying the last witch's pike, we head south where we find Finn next to a small stream and a bridge.
You stopped the Harrow Stone before it could even get started. Now to deal with the vampire and the witch.
That's what I'm here for.
Well done, my friend. Before the witch could even begin her ritual, I saw the magicka disappear like the flame of a snuffed candle.
Good.
The witch and the vampire assassin fled to Kagnthamz, a dwarven ruin. We can deal with them in there.
Okay, we should find Lyris first.
Time is of the essence. You get to the ruin, I'll find Lyris and we'll meet you there. It's southeast of Dusktown. If you get there before us, go inside and guard the entrance until we arrive.
Alright, I'll meet you in the Dwarven Ruin. Making our way to the Dwarven Ruin, we head east, coming across a few of the denizens of Blackreach. Apparently, there are creatures that creep down here. Falmer, spiders, and even forgotten Dwemer guardians. Nemona's path takes her down into Gloomstalker Village. She's unsure what this place is, but she finds a mysterious red plant growing, making the noise that she recognizes of Nirnroot. Crimson Nirnroot? Oh. Well, this is certainly interesting. After experimenting with this, she finds that the Crimson Nirnroot can be used in alchemy to have the effect of timidity, spell critical, gradual ravage health, or restore health, depending on how you use it. She doesn't use alchemy all that often, so she'll pass it off to her crafting friend, Manique. Nemona doesn't spend much time exploring this Gloomstalker village. Instead, she heads east and back up a ramp that takes her back into Blackreach proper. Finding her way to the Dwarven door, she sees that it's protected by a Dwarven arquebus and 2 Dwarven sentries. Destroying them, she heads into the ruin. Kagnthamz, located in the southeastern portion of Blackreach's Dusktown cavern, the dwarven ruin known as Kagnthamz must have been part of the great dwarven city that once dominated this portion of their underground domain. However, like most things related to the Dwemer, its true purpose remains a mystery.
We're here. Let's find this assassin.
Having found Lyris and Finn, Nemona heads into this Dwemer ruin in search of the vampire assassin and the coven witches that are causing all the trouble up above and down below as it appears.
I sense the presence of other vampires.
They find numerous vampires and hounds along the way.
Harrow fiends. Not the result of the ritual they spent. So they must have brought them someplace else.
Having found Harrow fiends, we now know that we must be close to the witches and whatever they are doing down here. Continuing, we come across more and more Harrow fiends. Oh, where are they getting all of these people? Coming to a large room to the south, we finally find the assassin we have been hunting for. He will pay for killing Queen Gerhyld.
And that's the assassin.
Chase? Busy long enough. The Father shall revive the exiles.
Queen Gerhyld, you bastard.
Now we need to find Sister Tharda.
I feel better now that we have taken him out. Looking around the room, we see indeed he has been up to a lot of mischief. It's too bad we were unable to kill him sooner. Nimona takes a quick look in the side rooms, killing off the vampires there. She doesn't find any survivors, so she moves on to find Sister Tharda. Heading through a door to the south, we make our way deeper into this cavern, taking out a few more vampires that are in our way.
We will not be stalled by these events.
Until we get to a large cavern that's been gated off.
You listen in. I'll unlock the door.
Rise, Exarch, and be reborn!
Singalis, where is this place?
The Ashen Lord commands it, and so we live once more, Orfra.
Alive again? How?
You have the Ice Reach Coven to thank for that, werewolf.
Using my recipes, witch.
I meant no disrespect to Exarch Singalis.
We're being watched, brother.
Next time, Tharda, the Ashen Lord, will expect more than the restoration of a single reliquary. Now deal with the intruders, or I'll toss you to the Harrow Fiends.
Come out, little skeevers. Come out and play with Sister Tharda.
How many of your sisters am I gonna have to kill before you give up?
As we make our way down, this is the ritual chamber room. We wonder, what was she doing? What was that creature? And it turned into a werewolf or something? Either way, we need to stop her.
You who killed my dear sisters. Our vengeance will plague you beyond the grave.
Sister Tharda is a challenge, but she's not too terrible. She has a habit of disappearing on us, and then in her place, she leaves behind bone flayers and skeletal ice hurlers, and we must take care of those spawned enemies before she's able to be attacked. After finishing off a skeletal knight and a hunter, I think I almost have her when she phased across the room again. Ugh, annoying. I take chase and oh my gosh. Ooh. Ah. Was that a tornado that almost killed me? And she's called forth a flesh colossus? That's like a mini boss on top of a boss. Did I say this battle was easy? Well, it's not terrible. Taking care of the flesh colossus, Nimona turns back to Sister Tharda. She's almost vanquished.
Witch for the pyre. Let's go after the other two.
Heading out of the cavern with Finn and Lyris, they disappear on me. I find them down the path, but I'm not sure how they got down there quite so quickly. Joining them.
Damn, we lost them.
Nimona finds a herbalist satchel laying on the ground, and then she turns to speak with Finn.
You saw it too, right? That werewolf shed that statue like a snake sheds its skin.
Yep.
Was she inside that stone husk the whole time, waiting to be awakened? Or did the ritual somehow summon her into that vessel? There's a lot I still don't understand.
What do you think Sister Tharda was doing in there?
A ritual, obviously. Remember the altar at Kilcreath? We found the urn, the reliquary, and shards from a large stone vessel. I think they were the remains of one of those stone husks. I'm not sure how, but it all ties back to the Harrowstorms.
How do the stone husks tie to the Harrowstorms?
I thought the purpose of the Harrowstorms were to create Harrow Fiends, but now I think that's only a byproduct. The storm somehow gathered energy that the witch used to summon Ulfra the werewolf. Ulfra seems to think she was brought back to life.
Brought back to life? Is that even possible?
I've come to the conclusion that anything is possible where magic is concerned. I'm going to look around with Lyris, then return to Old Mjolnir to finish studying the witchpike residue. Maybe that will help me understand how the ritual works.
We heard them mention Ekarx and the Ashen Lord. Do you know what any of that means?
I don't know of any Ashen Lord, but Exarch. I came across the term after the incident at the mass grave in Bankurai. It's a rank used by the ancient army. Its members were buried in that unhallowed grave, and their remains were smuggled here.
So, what ancient army are you talking about?
The Grey Host. It was an army of vampires and werewolves that rampaged across Hammerfell during the First Era. There aren't a lot of records remaining, and even the burial site was a closely held secret. Exarch was a rank, like general, I suppose.
Do you think someone is trying to bring the Grey Host back to life?
I don't know. But that's the impression I got from the witch's conversation with the Exarchs. I wish I knew more about this Sengalis and Ulfra, though. And the Ashen Lord, for that matter. That's why I want to check the ritual site.
You can really figure out the ritual by studying the residue?
Theoretically, using my knowledge of alchemy and Old Mjolin's understanding of reach magic, we should be able to figure something out once we know what components were used in the ritual.
Alright, sounds good.
Damn it! The vampire and the werewolf are long gone. They called themselves Sengalis and Ulfra, and they had an unusual rank or title, Exarch. I wonder what that means.
Well, they also mentioned an Ashen Lord.
Yeah, I heard. No idea who or what that is, though. Maybe Fen can make sense of what we saw down here. In the meantime, I'm gonna head back inside. I want to get a better look at those stone husks that were left behind.
Okay, well, what do you want me to do?
While Fen and I examine that ritual site more closely, you should return to Solitude and inform Svanna that her mother's assassin has been taken care of. She'd want to know.
Yeah.
More than that, she deserves to know.
Yeah, I'll go tell Savannah the news.
I left Svanna back at the Lonely Troll under the care of that drunken orc Mog. Unless he ignored my rather stern warnings, he should be keeping the princess there. I'll meet you back in the city once we finish here.
Alright, what are you hoping to find back at the ritual site?
Anything that tells us more about what the Coven and its allies are trying to accomplish. Maybe something about this Ashen Lord. I'd even settle for a clue that points us to any other strongholds they have down here. We need something more to go on.
Definitely. Why did you leave Savannah at the Lonely Troll?
Because I don't trust the security at the palace.
Yeah, okay.
Vampire or not, the assassin had too easy a time getting close to the Queen.
Yeah.
Besides, Svanna feels comfortable at the tavern. I figured she needed some comfort after watching her mother die.
Yeah. Probably hopefully it was a good idea. Bidding Finn and Lyris farewell, we head back to Solitude, where we can find Svanna at the Lonely Troll Tavern.
Finally. Waiting in a tavern without a drink is maddening. How do other people do it? And Mog hasn't been helpful. His solution to every problem involves a great amount of alcohol. What news of the bastard who murdered my mother? Did you find him?
Yes, we tracked down and killed the Queen's assassin.
I would have preferred to see him dragged back here for a proper trial and execution. But at least justice has been served. Were you able to determine who was behind the murder? Was it connected to the threat you came to warn my father about?
Yes, the assassin was a vampire who was working with the Ice-Reach Coven.
Damn those Reach witches!
Yeah.
And damn my father for being so obstinate! But what does the Coven want? Are they planning to kill my father? What else can you tell me about this threat to our kingdom?
The Coven can summon devastating storms that wipe people's minds and turn them into monsters.
That's horrible. But there must be more to this than simply turning my people into monsters. Well, I'll do what I can to help you. Mother would have wanted me to. What you've done and discovered will be enough to convince my father.
I hope.
It has to be.
Yeah, I hope.
You and Lyris risked your lives for my kingdom and have been met with nothing but suspicion. You counted on my mother to be your advocate, to convince my father of the Coven's threat. Now she's gone. I'm no substitute, but I'll speak for you.
Oh, thanks. Will the High King listen to you?
My father hasn't heard a word I've said since I was old enough to talk. But with Mother gone, someone has to make him see reason. You know, she tried to teach me, but I never listened. I guess maybe I'm more like my father than I care to admit.
The Coven isn't acting alone. Someone called the Ashen Lord commands vampires and werewolves.
That makes it even more imperative that he heeds your warning and takes action. All of the holds are in danger. Hoffingar, Hjalmarch, Karthald. My father needs to do something before another storm strikes. Meet me at the Blue Palace, all right?
All right, I'll meet you at the Blue Palace.
I just need a moment to think about how to approach this. Consider the words to use. My courtly manners are a bit rusty, and I've never been much for diplomacy and fancy speeches. Shore's bones, I could use a drink.
Well, it sounds like Mog has gotten ahead of you. Yep, on that. Are you sure you're up to talking to the High King?
I'm not sure of anything. If I don't do this, though, I'll never forgive myself if something terrible befalls the kingdom.
Well, your mother would be proud of you no matter what happens.
That's nice of you to say, but I'm not sure I believe that. I hope she's watching all this from Sovngarde. Bet she hates it there. Look, I'll do my best to get my father to listen to you. You have my word on that.
Watching your mother die in front of you must have been devastating. Do you need some time?
It feels like I've been shattered into 1,000 pieces and swept under a rug. But I don't have time to mourn right now, not with the kingdom in danger. Now, let's go talk to my father before I change my mind.
Are you sure you're up to talking to the High King?
I'm not sure of anything. If I don't do this, though, I'll never forgive myself if something terrible befalls the kingdom.
Just get the High King to hear us out, and we'll take care of the rest.
Right. Easy as honey-baked pie. It's not like you came here at the behest of his most hated rival or anything. Look, I'll do my best to get him to listen. You have my word on that.
This ends the quest Dark Clouds over Skyrim. We've received the reward Surcoat of Solitude and the achievement Assassinator. That's one achievement in a list to gain Champion of Solitude achievement that gives us the furnishing item Witch Pike Quiescent. Our quest reward item is the Surcoat of Solitude. a light Nord chest item. It adds maximum magic that has a training attribute that increases experience gained by kills. Part of the Winter's Respite set that adds Magicka Recovery, Maximum Magicka. Casting abilities that leave an effect on the ground will create a circle of healing frost for 10 seconds. You and your allies restore 2,221 health every 1 second while inside the circle. This effect can occur once every 10 seconds. This outerwear identifies the wearer as a friend of Solitude. We've started Danger in the Holds. Next episode, Savannah will join us as we try to talk sense into the High King and his Jarls across Western Skyrim.
Wish me luck, Mog.
Forget luck. I suggest a slug of Kindle Pitch whiskey. You'll need it to stand up to your father.
Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.